We are live at SEC Media Days in Atlanta. Thanks to Friends of Cole. I'm Nick Roush. That's Adam Luckett. And this is JD Pickell from the Hard Count. And we picked this spot because we wanted to show off JD's jersey. Did you know that they had your jersey in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's really kind of them. I didn't know it was going to be here, but the fact that they put it up for us and for SEC Media Days of all events, it makes me feel good given the height differential here. I appreciate y'all letting me have this behind me. But yeah, it feels good.
I mean, you're showing humility, you know.
Showing humility, paying homage, all those things, you know.
Some could say the College Football Hall of Fame has like a 95 in awareness. No one to get the JD Pickell jersey out for this week.
Yeah, it's a good rating. They don't hand those out either. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All while we're surviving about the video games too, so it's perfect. We're here to talk a little ball, talk maybe a little Cats, but also SEC big picture. Because JD, you've been talking to all of the big names in the biz: Paul Feinbaum, Kirby Smart. We're by today here on the Hard Count. It's on the On3 YouTube channel where you can find JD. But I want to know what's your hottest take that you're unleashing this week at SEC Media Days? The spiciest meatball.
Hottest take, man. I think LSU might win the national championship.
Oh, love it.
I'm right there, man. I'm 1 foot off the ledge saying, and so if that's that's not really a take so much saying they might do it because I guess everyone might at this point. But I am, if I had to pick one today, I'd say LSU.
I like that because all of us, we're all going crazy over Arch Manning. But if I rank my quarterbacks, I've got Garrett Nussmeier 1 overall in the league. And the big thing for me is they asked him to do a lot last year. The whole team was on his back seemingly. He's got that year of experience, and we've seen what Brian Kelly can do with that second-year ball.
And the fact that he had, what you just said, he had no run game last year. We had Caden Durham out here with 8 toes or whatever. He had a bunch dislocated, according to Phil Steele. And the fact they got him more toys in the transfer portal. The fact that it's a year 4 culture. It's is it year 5 now for BK? No, year 4.
Year 4. Yeah.
I was like, dude, how long has it been? Yeah. But you get continuity at the coordinator. So all these things are just coming together where I'm like, that paired with the uncertainty in college football and the rest of the SEC, I'm like, man, if there's going to be a year for it to happen for Brian Kelly and the boys, it might be this one.
That's some spicy gumbo.
Yeah.
That's some spicy gumbo. Now the other way. So we're only halfway done here, but what is maybe the team that you don't feel as good about as maybe you did entering when you pulled into Atlanta on Sunday night?
It's so tough because there's been nothing to make me more cool than anybody. You know what I mean? I will say that the one thing that I will budge on a little bit is I really like Florida. I want to see more from DJ Lagway before we just say everything is good and dandy at Florida and we're like, hey, no problem, the boys are rolling. I think I'm a Florida fan. I say, well, JD, how we finished last year, tell me why we can't go make the college football playoff. I say, okay, but I want to see DJ Lagway healthy. I want to see him take care of the football, and I want to see a little better sample size before I'm like, Florida, they're good. Billy Napier's 100% safe, no worries. Just let's let it bake a little bit there in Gainesville.
That's my hot take. That's my spicy meatballs. I think we've got a sophomore slump for DJ Lagway because here's the thing. We saw how fragile he could be. The Georgia game, you thought they were going to have to wheel him off in a stretcher. He was going to die. That was how serious the injury was. But he was able to come back.
He had no hamstring. It was completely off the bone.
But then you had the deal where he just has this mysterious shoulder injury. He doesn't throw for 3 months. Sure. And that is a critical time. It's your second year. You didn't expect to start in your first year. That only happened because Graham Mertz got hurt. And yes, he played well, but all the talent that played well around him, they were all freshmen too last year. And the biggest piece of the equation is what was the narrative going in last year? The schedule. The schedule. Well, guess what? The schedule's pretty much the same. So it's going to be tough. And I think Florida fans convincing themselves that the end of the year was going to just be all the time and they were going to go back to being a 10-win team feels a little bit like they're getting a little too ahead of their skis.
It's just not totally, you just don't know that it's fixed yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever you have somebody come and, fix your pipes, you're like, great, that's awesome. I want to make sure the water runs first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to say, cool, thanks so much, we'll see you whenever we see you. It's like, no, we got to do some double checking here.
Florida Gators don't get ahead of themselves. Are you kidding me? They know progress is not always linear.
College football fans.
Yeah.
We're a rational bunch,
right.
man. We are a rational group. We don't get ahead of anything. level-headed, ho-hum, workman-like mentality. It's just nothing for granted.
Do you think Hugh Freeze is playing too much golf?
I think that's kind of a dumb story that we're tracking. Am I in the minority there, or
that's why we love it.
It's great message board fodder. It's great message board in June. We need something to talk about.
I guess it's one of those things. It's all about, I think, if you're winning games or not.
Yeah,
right?
that's the bottom line.
It's like
no one cared when Spurrier was playing golf.
Yeah. to throw it back to Baylor, which I think is what everyone is actually here for this weekend, going back to the Baylor Bears. Whenever Baylor's not playing, there was that 2-10 year. Maybe it was during COVID. Bad year for Baylor. One of Dave Aranda's first years there. And everyone's like, man, he's got to lay into people. He's too stoic. Look at him. He doesn't look, he's too quiet. He's not cut out for being a head coach. Then they win the Big 12, and everyone's like, guy's unflappable. You can't be rattled. So just the prism of winning is so funny. And it makes sense, but it's a funny world we live in.
Are you high on Auburn this year, though?
I am high in the sense of them getting back to 8 wins, probably neutral. I don't think they'll miss a bowl game again. That would floor me.
Yeah.
I'm a little more hey, let's wait and see what's up with Jackson Arnold.
Jackson Arnold's fascinating to me because I don't know if there's a higher ceiling or floor player, quarterback, I should say, in the league. Because is he going to be the guy that got killed at Oklahoma, or is he going to be the 5-star? And part of me wants to believe he'll be the 5-star because look at the receivers he gets to throw
Sporting
to.
cast is intriguing.
Exactly. So there's a part where you can see, they could be awesome, but then you also wonder, which I know Auburn fans are, has Hugh Freeze lost his fastball? The losses at home, they're a little sticky. And I mean, to bring it back to us, would you be surprised if Kentucky went down there and they were the stunning loss of the year for Auburn and Jordan Hare?
After Ole Miss last year, I don't think anything would surprise me. Isn't Stoops just kind of like that guy that will always have the potential to give you a game? You know what I'm saying? Always give you a game. There's always that chance.
He'll grab one and drop one.
Grab one and drop one's a great way to say it. Yeah.
He'll grab one and then he'll drop one. So they grabbed Ole Miss, they dropped the Vanderbilt game, and then the season was over, essentially.
And I mean, also, if we're going to lean into that idea, it's still a somewhat unsettled team, right? Cam Coleman's going to be a second-year player. Eric Singleton, it's his first time in the system. Jackson Arnold, first time in the system. There's a lot of things where you're kind of okay, if this and that and this all connect, then they're in good shape. But it's a lot of variables you account for to get to where Auburn's in good shape.
They feel like the most volatile team.
Yeah.
When Auburn gets clicked, then they're playing the Iron Bowl for,
The championship.
to go to the Atlanta. Or if it doesn't click, they're 4-7 taking Alabama to the wire in the Iron Bowl. It's going to be it feels like it has to be one or the other sometimes with them.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the Iron Bowl, we always got to have. I loved when Red River came here last year and Acho and Kublik had the brawl over rivalries. But my question to you, just what's your favorite rivalry in this sport?
Not counting the Empire State Bowl of Cornell and Columbia that happens. I mean, that's one that everybody.
It's a Donnybrook there.
Appointment viewing. Man, I've never been to Red River, but I'd always love to go. I went to Michigan, Ohio State one time, and that was just something else. I don't want to take a cop-out answer. I had a buddy play at Army, had a buddy play at Navy. Went and saw them play their senior year, and it's just dang, this is. It's college football, but it feels like it's another sector of college football, because I guess it is. That was really cool.
It's America, too.
It's American. It was in a blizzard, and the place was still packed. The cadets and the traditions, that was very cool. So, cop-out answer is that. If I can't pick that, I say Michigan, Ohio State.
You could pick that. I mean, it's Army, Navy.
The troops.
Exactly.
Is Saban going to coach Cornell?
If he wants to revive his career. I mean, people have been saying, hey, you did TV. This is a known fact. Saban did not win a single game last year. 0 wins for Saban.
Wins.
He goes and coaches the Big Red. We're turning things around. We're talking about legacy again. I apologize. If he's trying to surpass Bear Bryant's legacy, Bear Bryant never won a game in the Ivy League. Did not win one. People are saying, was that his kryptonite? I don't know. So if he can conquer that mountain, then he'll have my respect.
One kind of seriouser question to get us out of here. What's a storyline that isn't being talked about down here enough, or a team that is we should be shining to take some of Arch Manning's spotlight and put it over here?
You know who would love to see the spotlight, and so it plays perfectly into the answer that I want to give you. And A&M, if it wasn't the A&M logo, there's so many things about them as a team that I just get excited about. Like last year, being a game away from Atlanta when they play Texas close at home, and Marcel Reed is your quarterback like halfway through October, and you weren't even planning on that. It's supposed to be the Connor Wegman show. Like Le'Veon Moss, I know he's in the news right now, but if he's a guy for you on the field, 6 yards a carry. So like there's so much there with A&M that I think deserves a lot more attention. I think people are maybe fair or not fair, a little bit more cool on them because you say Texas A&M and it also rhymes with Texas 8-4, or not rhymes, but you say it kind of parlays into Texas 8-4. So I think they're going to be a tough out this year. They could be a playoff team, maybe not win the conference. They're going to be a playoff team.
That is the thing, is you just, especially with Marcel Reed coming back, it's like I've seen this highly anticipated returning A&M quarterback thing, and it spirals, but they surprised us with Mike Elko in year one. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Could it spiral in a good way? Could he throw a tight spiral kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, talking about wordplay here a little bit.
That's honestly the allure. Maybe people don't want to buy in because they've bought in so many times before.
Yeah.
And they leave you wanting more.
Get your heart broken.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep going back and you get your heart broken. But I mean, it's 2025. It's a new era of college football. Maybe this is the year. You know,
maybe.
Which everyone's asking for their team right now. Maybe this is the year.
That's what we're saying. It's the summertime. It's our year. We're glad to be here at SEC Media Days with JD Pickell. Make sure you're subscribed to the Hard Count. It's a great show on YouTube. We've got all the big guests coming out this week. JD, thanks for hanging out with us today, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. This is great.
We're motivated.